Reopening and rekindling California's economy. We are about to move into phase 2 of the governor's 4-step reopening plan. How will that look in San Diego? Thank you for joining us for the nightly check-in. I'm Catherine Garcia. It is the broadest easing yet of the state's stay-at-home order, but it doesn't mean all stores will be allowed to fully reopen tomorrow.
The guidelines we're focused on today are extending opportunities in the retail sector, the manufacturing sector, and the logistics sector, all with adaptations, all with modifications, but all with an eye on turning the page and moving into a new phase in terms of our economic recovery.
Retailers, including bookstores, clothing stores, florists, and sporting goods stores, can be back in business with curbside service only. No customers allowed inside. Here are some of the other guidelines they must follow. Retailers should modify how customers pay with some kind of hands-free device. And with that curbside pickup, employees should be wearing gloves and facial protection. Manufacturers that support those retailers should provide workers with personal protective equipment, and they also have to close any indoor break areas.
We'll do everything we can to partner with counties. Some may see these variations and the requirements to get into the second phase more deeply as impediments. We see them as common sense public health requisites.
For those businesses in San Diego, they'll need to fill out the county's safe reopening plan. That can be found on the county's website. That plan must be posted in a place that's visible to the public, and also the company has to provide a copy of the plan to each of its employees that will be working. In Ramona, small business owners rallied along Main Street today, fighting to reopen and questioning the fairness of phase 2. They are arguing that corporate businesses are being given an unfair advantage by being allowed to stay open, despite smaller businesses having plans to proceed with social distancing guidelines. There are more than 1,000 businesses in Ramona that employ more than 7,500 people. All right, let's get to the latest coronavirus numbers here in San Diego County, and there is a bit of promising news. The county reported the highest number of daily tests yet, 3,325. That is the closest we've ever been to the county's daily goal of 5,200 tests. There are now 4,429 total confirmed cases in the county, with 165 total deaths after 7 more were reported today. The Chicano Federation of San Diego says Latinos are at a greater risk for facing COVID-19 related problems in both the healthcare and financial sectors. According to county data, 56% of COVID-19 positive patients are Hispanic or Latino. The group says Latinos are at a greater risk because of higher rates of pre-existing conditions, greater housing density, and more reliance on public housing. The group says they're working with Latino communities by offering food delivery, sanitation kits, and advocating for rent and bill relief for those struggling to get by right now. A big question many people have been asking: why does it seem nearly impossible to find disinfectant wipes? Manufacturers are now saying just to get one, you're looking at June, possibly July. Companies are apparently working around the clock, even hiring new workers, but they're still playing catch up with the record demand. At Clorox, demand is up 500%. One reason for the delay is that many companies are prioritizing frontline workers, shipping directly to hospitals first. Well, spring is in the air, but with all those beautiful flowers blooming, you know allergies are also out in full force. Local health professionals say we're seeing a lot of trouble with nasal allergy symptoms right now. Some of those symptoms of COVID-19 can mimic those of allergies, so it's important to note there are differences. COVID-19 symptoms include a fever and body aches. Allergies generally do not have those symptoms.
Allergies are going to be much more stuffy nose, runny nose, itchy, watery eyes, postnasal drip, that sort of thing. And most people will have had those before. So this won't be a real big surprise to see it during this time of year when allergies are so prevalent.
And doctors say if you try taking an allergy pill and then you still have symptoms, well, that is definitely the time to call your health professional, and they will be able to direct you from there. The heat continues, but is there a change up starting tomorrow? To find out, let's go to Dagmar.
So your Friday is looking like a warm one. Continued warmth in through the deserts. But the good news is tonight at 9, all of these areas under the excessive heat warning, the deserts, and then your heat advisory to the west of the mountains, they expire tonight, 9 p.m. So you're looking at a high of about the upper 70s along the coast, inland valleys, mid 80s, mountains about 80 or so as well, and the deserts, you've got about that 105 mark. Mostly clear skies with some patchy low cloud here, or patchy high cloud rather, here and there. Other than that, plenty of sunshine, but at least we're heading in the right direction. The cool down has begun.
It's a case of quarantine fatigue. The city of Oceanside is taking to social media, trying to keep people out of closed skate parks and even encouraging people to report vandals who are breaking down barriers to get into them. Both Alex Road Skate Park and Martin Luther King Jr. Rink are both closed, but they were full of people this week. One resident, Fisto as he calls himself, says his single act of civil disobedience is part of a greater good.
If they want to take it from us, go ahead and try, bro. We're going to come here every day. This is where we need to come, the outlet. They open the beach up and you can go surf. Why can't we all come here and, like hang out with our people?
Skate parks just are not on any particular phase of reopen specifically. The Public Works manager tells NBC7 they will reopen them when the county health department permits gatherings of up to 50 people. So is this what the new normal could look like in a post-pandemic world? Social distancing benches have been installed in northwestern Turkey as that country sets out new social guidelines. These new redesigned public benches make them suitable for people to sit 5 feet apart. Turkey has one of the highest numbers of recorded COVID-19 cases in the world, but has kept the death toll well below levels in Western Europe and the United States. That's going to do it for our nightly check-in. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.